So for you guys are going to first go to ecklers.needle.com. That is how we'll start launching you into the console.
Needle.com. Ecklers.needle.com.
You should see a screen that looks similar to this. If you're not already on the real-time monitoring tab, you're going to click it and make sure that you're on the little overview sub-tab. You'll see this thing that says Advocate Console. You're going to click that, and then when you want to chat,
Rebecca, could you just, because they're taking notes, could you just slow down a little bit?
Yep, absolutely.
So you said real-time monitoring and then Advocate Console?
Yeah, so real-time monitoring, yeah, overview. It should be the default, but just in case it's not, or if you're, in other tabs and doing whatever, you'll want to go back to real-time monitoring and then overview. And then you'll see a little tab that says Advocate Console.
I think we're good. Go ahead.
Perfect. So when you guys want to chat, you will launch as active. Today am not going to launch as active because it will give me capacity and I don't want to take chats. So I'm going to launch as visible. But like I said, when you're ready to take chats, you will launch the console as active. Has anyone tried logging onto ecklers.needle.com yet? Do you have anybody in there with a computer?
We don't have a separate computer. We only have the one I'm on right now.
Okay. I just realized.
But we do have two people, Sherry and Karen, who do handle our needles, and they've been on here.
Okay. So I'm asking that because I realized that my computer has me automatically logged in. Before you hit this real-time monitoring screen, it should ask you to log in. Your login should be your email. And the first time you log in, it should be needle123. So capital N, EEDLE 123.
Oh, okay. And then what, are you defaulted to change the password?
Yeah.
Or is that?
Actually, I don't think you're defaulted to change the password, but it's not hard to change the password at all.
Okay.
Okay, so then you'll hit this screen. And then you'll launch as active. So I'm going to launch as visible. Ta-da! And here we go. This is your console. Most of you, if you have never logged in, will have a different looking console. Let me see if I can find a partner so I can show
Rebecca, that looks just like the one that Miss Karen and I are in.
The old one's the one that y'all showed me. That's what it looked like.
It looks just like that.
Yeah, that's how I saw it when I went on.
Can you by chance make the screen any bigger? Kind of like small here for us to see.
this taking up my entire desktop. Are you full screen?
No.
Yeah, we're actually on a TV. It might be some of the reason why.
Now, first time, ours isn't gonna look like that, right?
Yeah, so first time, I'm trying to see if I can find another console I could potentially hop into to then show you.
The active screen looks like this one though, as far as visual.
Yeah, as far as the chat, it looks exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Yep, it does.
Perfect. Okay, then that is great. Okay, so this is your console. And we're basically going to start in the top right corner and just kind of move around. So here's your connectivity. To the right of that is your ready and away.
What does it say, ready?
That one says okay.
Yeah, ready and away.
So what do we put it as?
Ready.
Well, when you're active, you put ready, and when you're away, you put away.
Yep.
Here,
So if
yeah,
you're ready and able to take chats, you'll want to make sure that you're on ready. If you are not able to take chats, then you'll click away. And all you do is click it and it toggles it for you. So the way away works is the system looks at you and realizes that, oh, you're away. So then it's not going to offer customers chats, and it's not going to offer you chats that are coming in. It'll make sure to offer it to anybody else who is on ready.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then to the right of that, you have, it should be a little bubble with a picture in it. And we haven't discussed whether it's going to be like your face or if it's going to be an Eckler's logo, but we can discuss that later. It's not hard to change. And
Yeah, I think we're gonna do an Eckler's logo. I think that's what we talked about.
okay, perfect. We can do that. And then if you click on your name, this is how you'll log out. This is the easiest and best way to log out. If you click the X, it kind of logs you out, but it kind of runs in the background. It's weird and finicky. So the best way to log out is simply to just click your name and click log out.
Will it be our name?
Yep, it'll be whoever signed in, so Lisa Gatto, Brittany Sansoda, yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then right below that is a little banner that says team. This shows you everybody that's in the room or in the console, and it will show you if they're ready or away. And then
Rebecca, do you care if I try to log on to see if I can have like better for them to see up here? Because they just can't see like any of the wording.
Oh yeah, go for it. I'm on a desktop that's rather large. I don't know why it would be so small for you guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I mean,
No, you're okay. They just want to be able to see it, so I'm gonna try to log in real quick.
of course, go for it.
Neither one.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. What's our password? Katie, 2, 3.
Perfect. There you
What is
are.
it?
Okay,
I'm
so,
Hold on.
okay.
What's our password? Needle 1, 2, 3, capital E.
Which, Karen, do I want to switch where we're at, or am I good here? Don't I want to be on a different, it looked like she was somewhere.
She said she was the first time it's a different screen.
Yeah.
Because we just,
I think 'cause you guys can see it.
Real-time monitoring. Real-time monitoring.
See, it shows me away too, in red.
Okay, we're under team members.
I should have.
Yes. So I think I just heard you offer to chat. You might want to click away.
Oh, okay.
oh, no.
Phyllis, you should have logged in under me.
Put away.
Where is it at?
Where's it at?
Go up to where it says status, at the top right corner.
It's pointing in a different direction.
I know.
There you go, Phyllis. Put away. There you go.
All right. It looks like you're on away. Perfect.
Good job, Katie.
Okay. So are you viewing my screen? Wow. Are you viewing my screen as well as yours, or just yours?
Yeah, but nope, I'm gonna do that so we kind of have split screens. Hold on.
Perfect. That's awesome.
It's just our access. Okay, so where are you at now, Rebecca?
Okay.
You wanted to go under team members?
Yeah, I'm just going to show you this little team box right here and kind of show you what's in it, what kind of information might be useful to you guys here. Okay. So this team box shows you everyone that's in the room. So you can see, you know, we've got Bill, we've got Brad, we've got me, we've got Sherry, and we've got Katie. And then it'll show you who's ready and who's away. So Bill and Brad are on ready. They're available to take chats, and they're taking chats. To the right of that, you have a bunch of numbers. Your first number is called capacity. Your second number is called credit. And the third number is how many current chats that advocate is in, or whoever from your side. It's how many current chats that that person is in and taking. So we add capacity and credit. The system will always look at capacity first. So if I'm looking at Bill, I can see, okay, he can take up to 4 chats, right? Because he's got a capacity of 3 and a credit of 1. This credit is only used in like emergencies.
Number 3.
So you can see that there are 7 chats happening right now. This means that both Bill and Brad have each taken up their 3 chats. And then there was 1 more that needed to be taken. So Brad took it. So it used his credit. And now he's in 4 chats. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay.
3 chats. They upped it.
So we add these 2
They're
numbers.
saying, Sherry and Karen are saying we upped it. They say it used to be 3, so do we up it to 4?
So advocates, we typically leave at like a 3-1 capacity. We find that
Okay.
that is kind of the sweet spot of where, you know, you can help a lot of customers, but still not sacrifice quality. So like 3 is that sweet spot. And then if you need to take 4, it's a lot, but you can do it, which is why we
Okay.
have 1 on credit, because when everyone else is full, that's when the system starts using your credit.
That we just don't take care of those customers. Makes sense.
Okay, so moving left into this box that says chat. This is one of 2 places that you will find your team chat. The nice thing about having it right here is that when you're taking chats, you can still see what's happening in the team room. For this team, for the Eckler's team, they use this box a lot. So if they're in a chat, it will take up this big main window right here. So if I'm in a chat and this customer is asking me, you know, do they have this part in stock? I can go up to this little box that says, you know, chat, and type, hey, is, you know, part such and such in stock? And Jerry will answer. So this is nice because you can still see people's questions or anything that might need to be said to a customer. Like sometimes the advocates will share suggestions for parts, like, hey, my customer is looking for this, I don't know what to suggest to them. And, you know, someone else will pipe in and say, oh, you know, suggest this, and then they can shoot it into the chat. So this is one of 2 places you'll find team chat. The other place is on your main screen when you're not in any chats. Or if you are in a chat, there is a team room tab. And this is also where you'll find the team room chatting.
Right here.
The nice thing about this team room chat is that it has a little bit more information. So you can see when someone logged in, when someone logged out. You can see how many items someone sold and for how much. And that is only on this team chat, the big one. Okay. So moving left from this little chat box up here, you'll have a little dial or these, little boxes with bits of information for you. The first thing we'll look at is this dial. And this shows you how many chats that are currently happening and what your total capacity is. So do you remember how I was saying, okay, we've got Bill who has a capacity of 3 and Brad who has a capacity of 3. So it's saying the total capacity for the room is 6, right? Because 3 plus 3 is 6. And then we know that Bill is in 3 chats and Brad was in 2 chats, but now he's in 3. So it's saying, okay, we've reached our total capacity. And then Brad took another one. So it's using credit. So the dial increased and got, a bright yellow color and is saying, okay, we are taking 7 chats out of a comfortable 6.
That's how it is.
The information below that isn't necessarily relevant to you guys. It's a lot of how we measure our advocates and give them feedback on their performance or how they're doing or how much longer they have until they finish what we call a block. But this will average out how many questions per chat you ask, what your average customer satisfaction is, how many chats you've currently taken in what we call a block, which is a 3-hour chatting time. And then how many in-chat, same chat sales you have for that block. So like I said, these little boxes aren't necessarily relevant to you guys. But if you're ever curious or want to, run some kind of fun contest, you can use these little boxes and it'll give you some information. So then to the left of that, you have what's called your inbox. And this shows you all of the happening. And this is where a chat that is routed to you will show up.
Is that under my work?
Oh, does your console look different than the one that I was doing?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've been able to see up there. I just wanted to make sure, that's what it would call.
Okay.
Because I'm under Katie's right now.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about with the console that looks different. So if you go up to the top right of your console, you should see something that says My Account.
Yep.
Okay, everyone's going to need to do this if you've never logged on and chatted before. So you'll click My Account. And then I think it says Upgrade.
Yep, that's what it says.
Okay, and then you'll click Upgrade. And then it'll basically tell you, okay, so the next time you log in, your console will look different.
Oh,
Okay. All right, so I'm just going to log out real quick and log back in.
Yep, perfect.
We're on the same page.
So I won't have to do it. Phyllis,
You won't
if
have
you
to
want to
do
log in
it.
again to get there.
She'll be good now that we got it set up because I'm using her.
Thanks, Shotty.
Your first time ever.
I'm doing that today.
I was wondering, because it does look different than
Yeah, it
ours.
does.
So is it gonna be like that?
I have a needle, actually.
All of ours is gonna look like that now once when me and Miss Karen upgrade, ours will look like that. Because ours looks like that one right now.
All right, I think we are good now. Oh, yep, I see inbox.
I
We're
was
good.
noticing.
Perfect. So now your console matches mine.
Yep.
Perfect.
Winning.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Oh, got to do that.
So
Okay.
yes, technically your My Work section is the same as the inbox section.
Okay, perfect. We're in the inbox section now. We're matching. It's better because they can actually see it now on my screen.
Perfect. So the reason we have you guys use the updated console is it has a lot more features. it's a little easier to use in terms of chatting with a customer or chatting with your team. It's overall, I mean, it is just updated. It's a lot nicer. It's not as busy, and it's like color coded, and it's way better. So that's why we
It
have.
does look neater than the other one.
It does a lot better.
Yeah, it's a lot neater. It's a lot less cluttered. I feel like things are kind of in their own little space, which is really nice. But yeah, so this is our updated console, and we recommend that you guys use this one. If you prefer the look of the older one, I'm sure you guys can stick with that one if you'd like. Okay, so your inbox. This is all the chats that are currently happening, and this is also where your chats that are routed to you will show up. So do you know if we will have anybody, like, do you have a team lead that you want to supervise your team's chats?
Yep. It would be Christina Shoemaker.
Okay, so we will probably give her what we call supervised rights. And so her actions will look similar to mine. Like, I have the ability to observe someone's chats as well as supervise someone's chats.
Yeah, like listen, monitor. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you don't have the supervise capability, then you will simply have just an observe button. It's what all the advocates have. At Needle, we do have observe and supervise, just in case, obviously. So when a chat comes in, under the action section, it should have one button that says chat. And in order to accept that chat, you will have to click the chat button that shows up right here. And then you will have accepted that chat, and it'll pop you into a chat tab. Does that make sense? I know it's kind of hard to explain without an actual demonstration of being routed to chat.
Basically, you're just going to accept the chat that you get coming to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't say anything like accept. It just says chat.
Okay.
So that's
Rebecca, I have a question for you.
Yeah, of course.
Like for me and Miss Karen now, like say we're answering Bill's question or any of the advocates on there, you know how we have to hit the control alt button, I think it is, or the, what is it, Miss Karen, the control to show that we're chatting back to that advocate. Are we all still gonna have to do that, or is this upgrade gonna change that?
Control.
Like when you're, like say, like now on the old version, how me and Miss Karen will hit the control and then the @ sign, and then it would have the little names of all the advocates pop up, like if we're chatting with Bill or whoever, do we still all have to pick it that way? The drop down.
Oh, you're talking about tagging. Okay, so there's nice things about this console. So if I want to tag somebody back, like if someone is tagging me and talking specifically to me, right? Let's say that it's Bill. I can simply click Bill's name and it pops his tag right into my chat.
You might have to see it on there.
See, you guys, I don't know if y'all can tell on that one. See at the top where like I'm highlighted in purple and it has my name? The way we have to do it now is me and Miss Karen have to actually type the person's name in order to answer their question. As a drop down.
So now you just select the person's name.
So that will save.
That'll save, yeah.
The extra step.
So there's two ways to tag, right? I can tag, I'm just gonna warn them, tag test. So I can just click Bill and it'll pop it in. Or
Oh, that's so much easier.
Yeah, because before it was like, I don't.
Yes.
It's me. Or I can type the @ symbol, just like Shift 2, right?
That's it. That's
And it'll
how
pop
we
up.
did it before.
Yeah, and it'll
Mhm.
pop up with who's in the team room. And I can just, select, or I can narrow it down by, typing a D, and then it'll show me everyone who has a D in their name, like Brad or David. And then
Kind of like social media when you
Yeah,
find a person.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly like that. So, I'll just click David. These people are seriously some of my favorite people in the whole world. I love this team. They are so funny. I'm always laughing. They are fantastic and hilarious. I mean, you guys can, if you've ever been in the team room, I'm sure you can attest to that. They're so funny. Anyway, so now I'm just, messing with them. Okay, so if you're back up to the top into this inbox section, every once in a while, I feel like for this team, it doesn't necessarily show the customer name. It'll pretty much always just, show visitor. So, I don't know how to make this work. I think it has something to do with if they come in already logged into their account, but regardless. So you'll see, visitor, this is who's chatting, and then you'll see where they come in from. So I can see that, we've got someone from Canada, and we've got someone from Florida, and we've got someone from New Jersey, and I don't know why this just says US. It should have a city, but apparently doesn't. And then it should show you what category they came in on, right? So this person's talking about Camaros, and this person's talking about Corvettes, and this person's talking about late Chevys. So this will give you a tiny bit of immediate insight to what your customer's looking for. To the right of that, you have who has taken the chat and who is currently chatting with that customer. All right, so I can see, okay, I know Bill's talking to someone from Canada. I know Brad is talking to someone from New Jersey, right? And then, like I said, if you want to observe someone's chats, we typically, like when we onboard a new advocate, we'll have someone observe chats simply so they can kind of understand the flow. You guys, if it would make you feel more comfortable, you are more than welcome to observe as many chats as you'd like. Okay, so below that, like I was saying, this is your big team room. So, this is where logins and logouts show up. This is where sales show up. This is where you can see tags in both places, which is really nice. The other thing you can do here on either team room, do you see the little lock symbols? One's up here, one's down here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's actually really cool.
So if you click the lock, you can actually, once again, see everybody that's in that team room, and I can chat with someone privately, right? So, hi, Sherry.
Okay.
And that
Hi, Rebecca.
shows only to Sherry. And if she wants to respond to me, she can either click my name and it'll pop her into a private message with me, or she can select it from this, I was going to say drop down, but it's kind of a drop up. So this menu right here, right? So she can just select my name and respond to me. And then if you want to get out of that, you click the lock one more time and select everyone. And then it takes you out of a private chat.
Sometimes the advocate
All right.
sends it directly to her.
That's a basic overview. We're about to get into some of the nitty-gritty stuff. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Where you at from? Just, I'd have to like actually do it
Play
myself.
with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they're just saying they gotta play with it to kind of understand, which I think if they go in there, it's gonna be a little bit easier after reading their notes and whatnot.
Oh, it is. It's definitely easier when you go in and just kind of start clicking stuff and, just snooping around and seeing
The big thing is
your.
when they go in there to mess with it right away to make sure they're away so they can't get anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we can also change your capacity to be whatever you guys want it to be, right? So right now, Katie, you're at 1, so you can take only 1 chat because you've got a capacity of 1 and no credit.
Rude.
So the most chats you should be able to take is 1 chat.
12 right at 1, 2.
Rebecca,
Oh.
girl, are you talking about 1 per, like, advocate? Because I know, like, say, Daniel's asking a question or Bill's asking a question. I know I can, and I know Miss Karen can, we can get those chats from all of them. Like, if all 3 of them are chatting us, we get all 3 chats.
When I was in there, you probably have a capacity of 3.
So, well, sometimes we've gotten more than 3 though.
Yeah, when they've entered me, I've been in there 3 or 4.
So I didn't know,
depending on
Rebecca,
how
I didn't know if that was a little different or not.
Wait, what do you mean you get all 3 chats that they pass you a chat, or that they're asking you about their chats?
Okay, say like Bill's asking about a status order and David J is asking about an ETA on a part that maybe is out of stock. And then you have another advocate asking another question. So you got 3 advocates asking you questions, and we can answer all 3 of them.
Well, yeah, so those aren't your chats. Those are simply advocates in their chats asking you questions to answer their questions.
Got it. Understood.
So we could take just for the customer, not for the team. Have them 2 people, Bill and
They could
whatever.
just say, what the customer wants to know the status of their order. They wouldn't be able to see that on their side. Makes sense.
Yeah, so those don't count as chats. They're just questions that advocates have for you guys.
Yeah, chat you actually own when you're dealing with a customer. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that. They're just dealing with advocates.
Right now.
Are they gonna
Right
deal with
now.
customers?
Right now.
Are we gonna deal with
Yeah.
customers too?
Yeah.
And advocates? Like advocates, guys, right? Bill and whoever, Brad and.
Oh,
Matt.
there's more than that. A lot more.
So are we gonna deal with Bill and Brad, or are we gonna be dealing with customers directly?
They have and that might be more something that you've talked with Holly on. They're asking, like, are they going to continue, would they just continue to deal with customer, or with the needle advocates, or are they going to deal with customers?
So I believe the way that we've set it up, or I believe that the understanding that we have come to is that your team will be there to help answer advocate questions, but won't be taking frontline chats.
Okay.
If
So they're
there's
just providing the information to the advocates.
Kind of like what we.
Yeah, so the other thing I think we had talked about is if there is a customer that an advocate really can't answer the question for, they can actually invite one of your team members into the chat, and then your team member can kind of answer the customer for them and then get out of the chat.
Yeah, that makes total sense. If why go back and forth if the person from here can take care of it in one typing to the customer.
Yeah, so you guys, like I said, I believe that that's what we agreed on, is that your team will be logged in and available to be tagged. So I can say, hey, Katie, I'm with a customer. I need a part number for this, or I need an ETA on, when this is going to arrive. And you'll say, oh, it'll arrive on Monday. And I go, okay, cool. So I send it back to my customer. Or if I'm in a chat and I'm like, Katie, I have no idea what to do. My customer's kind of mad. I don't know how to answer them. Can I invite you into the chat, and will you answer this customer for me? And you can say, oh yeah, sure, or no. But if you say, oh yeah, sure, I'll invite you into the chat, you'll answer the customer.
They'll say, oh yeah, sure, don't worry.
Well,
Knowingly.
it might be a Monday like today, and you might not want to. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, then they'll be talking to me when they don't accept that.
But then you can quickly answer the question and then get out of it, and then you won't be in a chat. So I believe that that is how we've set it up. So, and I'll show you how they'll do that. And if you guys,
Okay, Rebecca, can I ask a quick question?
yeah, of course.
I'm Christina. So say Constance logs in tomorrow, is there a limit on how many advocates can message her at once, or does she, because when you said you go in and accept those, are you talking us or them with the customers?
So the advocates with the customers accept the chats. There isn't
You don't.
really a limit to how many questions you can be asked from advocates.
Them multiple times.
But that's what I'm saying, so there's no limit.
No, the
No,
problem
it,
is you only have
it
two
depends
people.
on
Right.
how many advocates are in the room and how many chats those advocates are in.
Okay.
Every advocate for every chat has a question. Sometimes they can deal with it themselves.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, you can tell in the last, you know, however long, like hour, there haven't really been many questions for, you know, Sherry or whoever else. So that's kind of nice. I know that I am forgetting things in an order that was probably important. Okay, so when you are invited into a chat, do you remember when you logged in and I was like, oh, I think I heard you get a chat. You heard a ding dong, right? It was like a doorbell.
Yeah.
That is what should play when you're invited into a chat. Or when someone transfers you a chat. It should play a little ding dong and then you'll be notified of, hey, you know, Brad wants you to join the chat. And then you'll say join. If you're tagged, you can actually change all of these sounds to whatever you want them to be. And I can show you that later. But if you're tagged, it'll make a specific noise. And then you'll know that you've been tagged and somebody wants your attention.
And if you don't answer, you get the trumpet from Bill.
Yes, this team is funny with their noise. Okay.
My computer, I was like, oh, wait. I can come on like every 2 seconds.
Confusing note taking school, huh?
I know.
I think these guys are used to hearing.
Here's a note-taking scene over here.
Constance hears it.
Page number 2, page 1.
Paula, my little ding every time I get a message.
I just realized I actually think I have the ability to force myself a chat so I can demonstrate this to you. So let me see if this works. Ding dong. Okay, so there it is. It shows up at the very top. It shows you that I'm from Utah. I'm coming in from Utah. I'm not on a category because I'm on the home page. Oh no. Somebody took me. Who was it that took me?
Yeah. Rich? Yeah, Rich took yours.
Rich has got you.
Oops. I think I let it go too long.
Ask him a question. He's gonna ask me. That's funny.
What are they talking about being real over here?
Okay.
Because people ask robots all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
So they're
they
like,
get
no,
that
we're
asked
real
a lot. Are we talking to a robot or is this a real person?
They'll ask you and they have to say, yes, I'm a real
when it
person.
pops up on your screen.
Which
So
I
I actually was just talking to Rich and he asked me if he wants to transfer. So you guys even get to see what a transfer looks like.
No,
No, I haven't either. Maybe that's what the upgrade.
I'm on, that might work.
Phyllis, we've never had a transfer.
No.
before. Maybe that's what the upgrade.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
yeah, because we haven't had that opportunity.
Some.
And we've never taken a chance.
Oh, okay.
We've asked, when I was doing the old desk, but I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
We did never have that. We just helped the advocates. That's
It
all.
sounds like what we're gonna do still is help the advocate,
Yeah.
and then, or you're gonna like conference in and then drop out.
Yeah.
Because their goal is to make the sale. They don't really want you to take over unless the customer's mad that they didn't get their order. What can they do?
As far like parks.
It's actually not that hard, you guys.
Basically, their thing is,
They're
customer
really
wants to get
customer
next
service
day,
side of it.
can you tell me if it's in stock? They can't see any of our systems. So that's what you're there to kind of just say, oh, I just checked, we have 5 of these in stock, customer could order. Because they don't have any of our systems. All they have is the online website, catalog.
Okay, so that did not work. I think it's because I don't have capacity, so he couldn't
Well, thank you for trying.
hand me the chat, but if I go back and do it again, ding dong, okay, chat, I accept it. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you pop into a chat. Your typing bar is going to be down here. Hello.
Right here.
Like Facebook.
How did I spell that? Sorry. So then what it looks like for me is this. Can you see this?
Oh, yep, yep.
So I can see the picture, I can see this person. The nice thing is you'll always see what the customer's typing. So you can see what the customer's typing. You know that they're still typing if it's gray. If I send it as the customer, it turns blue. So one of the
What are they at?
is you can anticipate what the customer wants or what the customer's going to ask. However, you want to make sure that you don't answer their question before they actually, send their question. That is kind of entertaining when that happens, but it's a no-no. So this is what the advocates will see when they take a chat, right? So I can invite, who has little chats? Rich is in no chats. Okay, we'll invite Rich. So I'm going to invite Rich into the chat. I can't show you what this looks like. I wish I could. He should get a little thing that says, join or accept or something. Let me make sure.
I need to do chat, we just have a time limit.
Yay! So it'll say, Rich accepted the invitation to join. Cool. Okay. Hi, customer. So what it looks like for me is I see, that Rich has joined the chat. And, I said something and then Rich says, hi, this is Rich. How are you doing today? So this is what it looks like to the customer when someone else joins the chat. It has my picture and then it has his picture, right? So that if you need to be invited into someone's chat, that is what it'll look like to the customer. You can type just as easily as the advocate, right? You just type here and it responds. And then when they want to remove you, right, I'm just going to let Rich know.
Oh, right here.
Right, no hard feelings. So I'm going to remove Rich from the chat. So
So this is basically like if, say, they needed one of these guys to give them some information, they could add them in, and then when they're ready to make the sale, they could take them out to be done with them.
Yep, exactly. So if you had to help them with, calming a customer down or giving some detailed information that, that the advocate doesn't have that they need you to provide, they'll invite you in, you'll give it to the customer, and then, the advocate will say, hey, thanks, Sherry, or thanks, Katie, for helping. And then they'll remove you from the chat. So I'm going to remove Rich. Rich goes away, and now I have the customer all to myself, right? So that's kind of how that will work. The other way, and you saw earlier, is tagging. So if I've got a quick question like, hey, what's ETA on this? They'll tag you, you'll answer, and then they'll just pop it into the chat right here. Monday. Ha! He's observing. which is why he's able to send me a message right here. That's kind of funny. So I'm going to close this chat. The other thing pretty cool about our software is you can actually see a little bit of information into your customer. So I can see that the customer is using an Apple machine. This will either show you like an Apple or a Windows symbol, right? I also know that my customer came in using Chrome.
Oh.
I can see that my customer has visited this website 3 times and has previously chatted once. That's
This is your
super
customer.
cool. If I know that my customer has chatted once, I can quickly pop over to this tab that says history right here. Do you see this?
Hold on 1 second, because let me.
Where you went?
It's all
History, where do you see history?
Where is she?
Oh, okay, yep, hold on, let me go back to mine, because
I wonder what
it's
that
bigger
side
for
of that screen was for.
Okay, yep, got it.
Oh, okay,
And it tells you, yep, rich, red.
all right.
Yep, exactly. So I can see that this customer has previously chatted with Rich. I can see what date they chatted. I can see how long they chatted. And the coolest thing is I can actually read that chat. So if I know that my customer has, previously come in looking for, Corvette parts or whatever, I know that, okay, they probably have a Corvette. That's probably what I'll be talking to them about. I know that they've already bought this part. What can I sell that goes with that? Or what can I push them on that might help them with this? Or, it's really nice to be able to have a little bit of insight into your customer and be able to know what they've previously purchased or what they previously chatted about. The only thing about this is that it is based off cookies. So if your customer clears their cache and cookies, this wipes out and goes back down.
Okay.
Right? So like I visited the Eckler site way more than 3 times, but because I recently cleared my cookies, it's only showing 3 times. So this is the other thing. This is saying, all right, your visitor hasn't chatted in a while. They've been warned that they have 60 seconds to continue chatting or that they'll time out. So I get a screen that looks like this, and I can either choose to close chat or keep chatting. I'm going to keep chatting for now. I've got more fun things to show you guys. Then you've got some other actions here. You can ban somebody. If, a customer's being really rude, you can ban them. I don't think this will happen, and I don't think we've talked about this, but if an advocate wants to completely just give you a chat, like, I don't know how to help this person, you take it, they can transfer it to you. But I don't think we've talked about the option of the advocates even doing that or having the option to do that. I think it's tag for questions or invite you in and then out when you're done. I think those are the only 2 options that we've agreed on. Other than that, don't worry about the other options like remove, take over, hide, expire. Those are kind of irrelevant to you guys. Over here, you have a couple more useful tabs. The FAQ tab is awesome. This is, like it says, it's frequently asked questions. You can actually search by tag, right? So what's a good one to search? Okay, so I can search all FAQs that have to do with Corvette, right? And it shops, I don't know where that came from. It comes up with all of these. These are all of the FAQs that have to do with Corvettes. Or I could do, I don't know, okay, hours didn't work. Service, okay. So, it comes up with all of these frequently asked questions that has to do with service or with the service tag. These you can actually take the answer and I can copy and paste it.
And give it to the customer.
Edit it if I want to, like, oh, we moved, right? Like, okay, I'll edit this address. It's now, not that this is realistic, but it's now 5200 North. Cool, and then I can send it. right? So if I need to edit it, I can. You just copy and paste it from the FAQ, paste it into your chat box, and then send it.
Yeah. Do you still, just because you just said something that made me think, do you still have 5200 South Washington as the address? Rebecca?
Oh, I am actually not sure what we have as.
Because we've moved because of the hurricane. We're on
Right?
Grissom and everybody, yeah.
That's what I thought, that you guys are all at the warehouse now, right?
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure the information's right out there.
So that is the other beautiful thing about this, is that you guys can actually go in and edit these. So if you're looking at this, right, whoever's on, Katie, if you want to go in, you can edit this. So you'll click it, and then you'll click the answer. You'll click the little pencil over here. You'll edit the address, and then you'll click back, and it should be updated. And that's it. That's as easy as it is to update FAQs. So if you see information that is wrong in FAQs, by all means, please edit them. Because I know that the advocates use these FAQs pretty often, and we recommend that they look at these FAQs before they start tagging you guys for answers.
So when I'm trying to search the FAQ, I just type in whatever and hit enter?
Yes, within reason. So each one of them should have tags. Like customer, Eckler, service, MBZ, right? Or Dearborn, or Corvette, customer, Eckler, service. So you can search by tag. You can't search by like, oh, I want to search, I know this number's in it, I want to search by the number. I wish that were the case. We might be able to do that in our next version.
Because when I put like Eckler's or return and I hit enter, it doesn't pull anything up.
I'm like dancing with her to answer in her head. I can't.
Okay, so if I type Eckler's without the apostrophe, it pops some up.
We need to somehow.
But I'm not, you're right, I'm not seeing any with
So
return.
maybe we buy maybe.
Okay.
That's the only downside, is I can't search like, okay, I know that this 1-888-843, 2822 number is in there somewhere. I want to know all the FAQs with that in it. I unfortunately can't just pop that number in it and search. That would be really nice. Like I said, maybe we'll put that on our wish list for our next version of Pencil. But for right now, it's tags only, right? So if you know,
Okay, yeah, I can play around with it later.
with service or service hours, right? You can type in service. The other thing is, you can always add tags, right? So like, I know that this one, backline support and team room, right? So I know that, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, you could potentially even put this number as a tag and then search it that way. That might work, now that I think about it. But whatever you want to search, you have to add as a tag, if that makes sense.
So we can add tags, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
No. I'll mess with it after.
All right, does anybody have any questions about that?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. So the FAQs are pretty handy, especially when they work. And then this might be a little bit irrelevant to you guys, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This is what we call the catalog. This should have, if it's been updated, all of your products that you currently have in your catalog, and you can actually search these by whatever you want. This is not tag specific. You can search whatever product and it'll pop it up. And you can either suggest it to an advocate or you can suggest it to a customer. But this is pretty handy. This is your catalog. This should have all the things in it, if it's updated and working. So one other super important tab over here. Do you see this little button that looks like a beer?
Hold on one second.
Looks a little bit more like
Looks
a
like
flop
what?
than beer, but
Where are you at? Sorry.
all the way over to the left.
Oh, yep, hold on. Yep.
It's a gear.
Okay, where it says preferences?
Yep. So if you click that, that'll pop you into a couple different things. The first tab is called Send Feedback. This is where if you guys experience issues with the console, like if there are bugs or if something's wrong or if there's anything you guys have questions with, this is where you'll put it, and then you'll send it, and then our tech team will get it and either answer the question for you or give it to someone who can answer that question for you. And this has to do, if you have any questions having to do with Needle and our software, or like I said, if anything goes wrong, or if you're just confused about something, or if you want to change your picture or whatever, this is where you'll put it. We call this filing a ticket. So sometimes we have bugs that happen, and we'll say, hey, will you file a ticket on that? This is where you'll go.
Makes sense.
You can change your password right here. It's super simple.
Oh, this is where they can change their sounds to what messages are and whatnot.
That's what I need.
Exactly.
Sound.
Lexicon very teases me now.
Yep, exactly. So you can change your sounds here to whatever you want. And the other fun thing is you can actually customize your console. If you really feel like making it hot pink or all Eckler's colors, you can change that if you want to. So this is just, fun ways to customize your console to make it you or to make it function how you want it to. That's right here. And I don't know if we've ever used, I don't know if we've ever used the apps tab. I don't know what's supposed to be there. But anyways, so then if you want to go back to the chatting, you'll click this little chat button. Oops, I timed out. Your customer timed out. Okay, I think that is it. That was a lot of information. Thank you guys for sticking with me.
Oh, no problem.
And thank you guys so much for your patience on me being so incredibly, embarrassingly late. Okay, so overview of just like the most important parts. You've got your team room. Oh, the other thing is if you have a yellow P by your name, that means you're partner staff. So that means you're from Eckler's. So like Katie has a P by her name, but like Rich doesn't, so he's an advocate, and I can see, Katie's from Eckler's. So that's handy. Oh, and I've got a green N, which means I'm from Needle. So that just shows you kind of who's who and what their role is and where they come from. Okay, so your team room, this shows you who's in, who's ready, who's away. You can see who is in how many chats if you want. You guys, I would expect you guys to be using the big team room more often than the small one, simply because you won't be taking as many chats or, any chats at all. So you've got your team room right here. This is super important. You've got your tagging. I have been tagged, so mine is blue. If I'm tagging somebody else, it shows up purple. Then you've got your chats. This is where your actions will show up. So if you want to observe or supervise someone, you'll see an O or an S. Or, if you get invited into a chat, I cannot remember what it says. I can't remember if it says chat, join, or something along those lines, but it'll be pretty obvious. And then you've got your catalog and your FAQs over here, and that's about it. So that was kind of the most important pieces. Does anybody have any questions for me?
No, I just think they get in there and mess around with it, it'll make more sense, but it's pretty simplistic how it's set up.
I was gonna say we try to make it pretty user friendly. I know that our next version will be even more so, which is going to be really nice. But we are so excited to have you guys on and helping the advocates. They are an incredible team, and I know that they're really excited for some more help and the ability to get some more information to help their customers. They are so excited.
I think to your point, even if like most of the teams in there, there's really, sounds like Sherry or Karen is just handling it by themselves, and if you have pretty much everybody in there, it's not gonna be much they're really chatting because we're gonna have so many people in there to answer basic questions that to us are easy.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, nope, makes sense, and we're here to take care of the customer as long with you guys, so we're excited for this too.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time today, Rebecca.
Yeah, no, you're so welcome. I have recorded this. I'm hoping that it continued to record. I'm really hoping it continued to record. If not, let me know whoever else needs a training, and I am more than happy to do another training. Hopefully,
Okay, and
my computer will work next time. Okay, yeah, so it is recording. So I should be able to upload this onto something and share it for you guys, so you guys can either reference it later or use it to train or whatever you guys want. But I should be able to upload it for you guys.
They just asked if they would be able to see the recording, some of them that maybe just to look at it again. So if when you are able to do that, just let us know.
Perfect. Okay, I'm hoping it'll save. I know that sometimes with this Zoom application, sometimes the recordings are super finicky and they get lost and it's dumb. But hopefully it'll work and I can send it to you. And
if not, we'll copy
have it as soon as possible.
I know.
Well, thank you, Rebecca.
Bye, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.